In the last lecture, we talked about change in general, definition of change, and change management. This lecture is focused on why change management is carried out in an organization and its dependencies with other IT disciplines. So let me start by giving you some examples of why changes occur in an organization. And some of them are: thrive in an ever-changing environment, accommodate changes in technology, increase efficiency and develop cost-effective solutions, reduce cost to increase profit and revenue, change in leadership and subsequently vision of the organization, change in requirements to meet the business objective, mitigate identified risks, improve IT posture of an organization, or become a game changer in the field of technology. These are some of the examples only, and of course there are a number of other reasons that change can be initiated in an organization. Now let's move on to why change management is carried out in an organization. There are a number of reasons, and the first one is change management is carried out in an organization to minimize the risk of disruption to the status quo of the assets and configuration items that make up a system. Change management is also carried out to ensure that end users have continued access to IT services with minimal disruption. And I talked about assets and configuration items. So what are assets? Assets are basically the physical devices such as computer hardware and associated peripherals, networking devices such as routers and switches, server hardware, monitoring devices, which are components that make up a system. Configuration items, on the other hand, is the specification of each of the devices and software used in the system, a make and model of the hardware, service tag, manufacturer's warranty are some of the configuration items associated with hardware asset. Software configuration items are version, build or release number of operating system, and applications used in the system. And although this course is not focused on tools used in change management, I'll just say that tools can be used to record assets and configuration items, and when a change is made to the existing configuration of the system, organizations should practice updating the configuration management database after performing verification and validation testing of the newly implemented system. So that's it in relation to assets and configuration item. We'll move to the change management again. And as mentioned earlier, change management is one of the ways to mitigate risks of disruption to the status quo of the system, and it may require undertaking security and technical impact assessments of the change as well. In some cases, the change initiated can be so complicated that waiver is required from the highest authority within the organization because a change being proposed doesn't align with the organizational policy and may lead to changes to the policy of the organization or change being rejected. Change management is also undertaken to ensure that the services provided to end users are available without or little disruption as per the agreed service level agreement. Breach of service level agreement could lead to customers seeking compensation for the loss of their business, and it can be very costly. And lastly, change management correlates with number of other disciplines such as risk management, as it seeks to mitigate the risk of failure of the system during transformation. It is also reliant on project management, program management, other aspects of information technology, service management such as incident and problem management. Sometimes a change to a system can give rise to an unknown issue that needs to be managed under the problem management space. And for some organizations such as banks and government agencies that place high importance on security, change management correlates with how security is practiced in an organization as well. Initially, change management may sound very simple, but can get very complex, especially in larger organizations that have too many moving parts. So that's it in this lecture, and in the next lecture we'll go through an example to help you understand change management better. Thank you.